Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and I'm going to be doing a new segment. This is going to be once a month, and if to those who watch my channel, I've been kind of watching a lot of movies and keeping track of what I've been watching this year. In March, I actually hit 100 movies because that was what I wanted to do: is hit 100 movies in a month, horror movies for a challenge. And actually, all year I've been keeping track of what I've been watching. So, in April, I ended up hitting 64. April wasn't really a great month for me. And May, I hit 80. So this is what I decided I was going to do. Rather than sit around and talk about all the movies that I watched, I'm going to do a top 5 recommendation for the movies that I watched in the month. And that should be coming out either on the 1st or near the 1st. Now, the rules that I've incorporated for myself is I'm only going to use first time watches. It's going to be a top 5, and there's going to be 2 honorable mentions. And I only want to do first time watches because you can watch anything you want during a month in order for it to be number 1. You can watch your very favorite movies. But I wanted to pick recommendations out of the movies that I watched for the very first time. So, these will all be first time watches. A. B. Some of the movies that I watched were director's cuts that I consider first time watches because I've never seen that version of it. The 2 that I'm speaking of this month was The Lady in White. I watched the extended director's cut, which I'd never seen before. And Slave of the Cannibal God. I watched the cut version, which I'd never seen before. So I look at those as first time watches. They will, however, not be on this list because I have seen the film before. So these are all going to be first time watches, and I'm going to start with the honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is a movie called Return to Sender. Now, we did speak about this on the Super Slash Brothers on one of the streams. And it made me want to watch the film because a lot of people said it was good. This is a fantastic movie that really took me by surprise. I didn't think it was going to be a horror movie, but that's kind of how it ended up. So, really good film here. My second honorable mention is a movie that Joe made for me. It was a TV movie called Fantasies. This was fantastic. For a TV movie and a slasher movie, it was really good. Had the whole soap opera angle to it, and somebody was killing off the actors in a soap opera. Really good movie, really good. Okay, let's get into the top 5. And I did actually order these. Coming in at number 5 is called The Barber. A movie that could be labeled as action, could be labeled as mystery, but it is also a horror film. Scott Glenn is really good in this. He plays a serial killer, a former serial killer, and it was really neat to see him play this since, Silence of the Lambs, he was John Crawford. Now he's on the other side playing the actual serial killer, and he is really convincing. Number 4 is a movie that Joe and I watched for the Fangoria Challenge, and that is The Resurrected. I had never seen this movie before. This is based on a H.P. Lovecraft novel or story or whatever. And I thought this was fantastic. How this movie got by me, I will never know. Really good movie. Coming in at number 3 is The Fan. Now, I had this recommended to me by Dave Maggot and kind of Joe. Joe kind of recommended it after I watched it because I didn't know he had seen it. Wow. Really good movie. Really good. Kind of like Return to Sender. It goes very, very dark at the end. Very dark. Really good movie. Coming in at number 2 is Spell. Now, I actually was talking to Papa about this one. This movie is fantastic. This actually had some moments that really creeped me out, and it's something about voodoo that really gets to me. I don't know what it is, but really good movie. I loved it. This is a really good film. I had seen this at Walmart and it is now I think $7.50 at my Walmart. And I was going to wait till it got down to $5, but I actually found this at the flea market I go to for less than that. And I figured since it was a markdown, it wasn't going to be that good. I was wrong. This movie is fantastic. Which leaves number one. Number one is also a movie that Joe made for me. Unfortunately, we don't have an English language version of it here. Kind of. The one that we did have is really, really out of print. And it's been out of print for a long time. It goes for stupid money. So he made me a copy of Trampa Infernal. Please, somebody release a really good Blu-ray of this. This is a fantastic slasher movie. I know you really can't see much because there's no cover to it. Yeah, here's the disc inside. But this is such a fun slasher movie. It's a Spanish slasher, and it's probably their most popular. Such a good movie. I loved it. Great movie. And that's it, guys. I figured rather than sit around and talk about all these movies that I've been watching, I should maybe give you guys some recommendations. Those are it. Not all of them are going to be easy to find or even watchable, but we got to start somewhere, right? If you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.